Can you kill a man when you have to? Yes, I can. If there's no ref, the ref doesn't stop it, I'm not stopping. Am I still willing to die? Absolutely, that's easy. Are you willing to kill a man in front of his family? Yes. Khamzat's next. Khamzat is next. I want to make sure that this belt, the middleweight title, that there's no question that I'm the GOAT. I want the Khamzat next. I think he deserves a hiding.
I'm the champ. I'm the king. I'm the best ever. I'm everybody. Smash.
The Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his it's not even a doubt in my mind. Khamzat is a strong guy, but I know for a fact that he's never felt power like this. In this case, he has a gun and I have a tank when it comes to the strength. There's not a middleweight that's going to overpower me. It's not going to happen. Once it goes past round 2, it's going to be smooth sailing.
Khamzat Chimaev has sent a clear message to Dricus du Plessis, warning him to be ready for the upcoming showdown at UFC 319. The undefeated Chechen powerhouse, who's become a force to be reckoned with in the UFC's middleweight division, is determined to add another highlight to his perfect record, and he's not holding back. The intensity of the fight between Chimaev and du Plessis has captured the attention of fans and experts alike, with both men bringing unique qualities to the octagon.
Weep is Khamzat's manager. He's out here to make sure everything's going good. We've been seeing his camp progressing. The guy's an animal. One thing I see about him, his cardio is going to another level.
Yeah, I mean, you see it every week, it just gets better and better. Coach Cal also, he's looking at the numbers, and he's saying that it's incredible, the numbers that he's putting out. So. And
I'm watching him train with Arman. It seems like him and Arman have an amazing connection right now.
Yeah. You see, they have like this kind
they're
of.
They're battling each other.
Yeah, exactly. When they're training, when they're training, they're going for each other, and then we're not training, they're together like brothers. So it's perfect. It's a good matchup for them. They're both like dialed in, and they were both some of the best fighters in the world. So it's good to have them working together.
It's a lethal combo, Armin and Khamzat together. This is Khamzat.
How are you doing?
How long have you been training Khamzat?
A couple of years now.
A couple of years. In Sweden.
Yeah.
When did you meet Khamzat?
When he first came to the gym, it was a couple of years ago.
You also coached the Swedish national team.
Yeah.
What do you think of Khamzat? His style, striking.
He got a natural timing for punches. And he punched hard.
Oh, so hard.
Yeah.
Just standing next to him, I could feel his power.
Yeah. I've seen a couple of sparrings when he just throw a jab and cuts him open. Throw a jab.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Is it true that Khamzat lived in the gym?
Yeah. It was like one.
How big?
Half this one. Yeah. It was one bed and one closet.
That's it?
Yeah. Sometimes when the gym closed, you go train another session.
Unreal.
Yeah.
He wants it.
Yeah.
He wants it more than anybody.
Yeah.
Arman Tsarukyan recently weighed in on the anticipated battle, sharing his thoughts on the matchup with full confidence. Tsarukyan made it clear that he's backing Chimaev to come out on top. While it's impossible to predict an exact round, Tsarukyan feels strongly that Chimaev will take down du Plessis in the latter rounds. He suggested that a knockout in the second or third could very well be in the cards based on Chimaev's strength, preparation, and relentless fighting style.
What is a good strategy Khamzat is looking at in terms of, going at Dricus?
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not gonna change anything.
Dricus said he'll give him 10,000 for every time he's able to take him down.
Yeah, but he's not gonna make money from that fight. He's gotta give all his money to Khamzat.
This fight is one of the most highly anticipated clashes in the middleweight division for good reason. Dricus du Plessis, the reigning champion, has built an impressive record of 23 wins and only 2 losses in his professional career. On the other hand, Khamzat Chimaev remains undefeated, with a flawless 14-0 record, making this title bout a thrilling prospect for UFC fans. The tension is palpable, as both fighters prepare to meet inside the octagon on August 17th during the UFC 319 event.
That's big, right? That's big. DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
No way.
You seen the picture of him and Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP is walks around about 240. The first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Khamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. So for Khamzat, it's going to be dealing with that mass.
Who has DDP fought that's even close to that style, that explosive, shoot from 10 feet out, grab you, not let go till he gets what he wants?
That's why it's a great fight. Because DDP hasn't fought anybody like Khamzat, and Khamzat hasn't fought anybody like DDP.
The stakes are high, and the anticipation is growing by the day. The UFC community is buzzing with discussions about the strategies that will come into play in this bout. Du Plessis, who has shown exceptional resilience in his title defenses, is no stranger to the pressure of being champion. Chimaev has proven himself to be an explosive force capable of overwhelming opponents, as seen in his dominant victories over the likes of Robert Whittaker. The question on everyone's mind: who will emerge victorious in this battle of styles?
Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. How do you feel about this fight?
Everybody know I used to work with Khamzat. I love the guy. After COVID, it really messed him up. One of the craziest things I've ever seen. Throwing up like blood. As far as I know now, he's in Russia, he's in camp, he's focused, he's a superstar. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC. When you have this kind of pressure, sometimes people doesn't know how to handle it. It's hard to bet against focused Khamzat, healthy Khamzat. I think he can beat anyone on any given day. As talent, as technique, it's Khamzat. If you go to the 3rd and 4th and 5th round, how this fight gonna go? I believe Khamzat can go there, did to him what he did to Robert Whittaker. 100%, I believe this.
Chimaev has made waves in the UFC with his ability to finish fights early, often overwhelming opponents with his aggressive grappling and striking. His incredible strength and endurance have become defining features of his fighting style. Du Plessis, while a formidable grappler in his own right, brings a chaotic and unpredictable approach to his fights. He is known for his ability to adapt on the fly and catch opponents off guard with his unorthodox tactics.
This is my hot take. If Chimaev cannot get him down, let's say he does get him down, and he doesn't finish him, I think he's fit. Granted, he might be sick or whatever, but if he cannot figure it out within those first 2 rounds, I think DDP is going to beat him.
Interestingly, Rainier de Ridder, a fighter who has experience in both the UFC and other promotions, gave his take on the matchup as well. De Ridder, who is eyeing a potential title shot himself, believes that Chimaev will be the easier opponent to prepare for compared to Du Plessis. He explained that Du Plessis' style is so unpredictable that it makes him a difficult puzzle to solve. On the other hand, Chimaev's wrestling-based approach, while dangerous, is more familiar and can be studied more thoroughly. Despite his opinion that Chimaev would be the easier fight of the two, de Ridder still acknowledged the danger both fighters pose and expressed his interest in facing whichever one emerges victorious in the title bout.
To be honest, I don't really see Khamzat getting him out of there early. Driggs is such a so game, so scrambly, especially in the early rounds, and then he builds in 3, 4, and 5. So my best guess would be Khamzat comes out guns blazing, maybe gets close to the back or gets close to control, but isn't able to finish him all the way in 1 and 2. And then we see Dricus build in 3, 4, and 5, and he wins the decision. I think that's most likely to happen.
As the fight draws closer, another prominent figure in the MMA world, Khabib Nurmagomedov, offered advice to Chimaev. The former UFC lightweight champion, who has transitioned into coaching since retiring, shared his thoughts on how Chimaev should approach the fight. According to Nurmagomedov, Chimaev should consider striking with Du Plessis rather than relying on his grappling from the get-go. He emphasized that while Chimaev is an exceptional wrestler, he has sometimes opted to strike in past fights, particularly when his initial attempts at wrestling didn't go as planned. Khabib warned that if Chimaev tries to force a wrestling-heavy game plan too early, he could burn out before reaching the championship rounds. Instead, Khabib suggested that Chimaev take a more measured approach, striking early and conserving energy for later in the fight.
Я думаю, что мое личное мнение, я бы Хамзату в стойке дрался. Вот чисто по боксу пусти их, Хамзат лучше. Вот чисто по боксу. Это мое мнение. Просто здесь есть такой момент. Ты можешь сфорсировать события, там раунд, 2, но если ты его не финишируешь, ты очень много энергии потратишь. А потом надо в чемпионских боях. А Хамзат не был в чемпионских раундах.
Robert Whittaker, another former middleweight champion and a fighter with experience facing both Du Plessis and Chimaev, also shared his thoughts on the clash. Whittaker, who was submitted by Du Plessis and dominated by Chimaev, believes that the fight will come down to one key factor: whether or not Chimaev can finish Du Plessis early. Whittaker explained that if Chimaev doesn't manage to finish the fight in the first round, du Plessis' resilience and ability to recover will come into play, making it a long and difficult night for Chimaev. Whittaker noted that du Plessis has a remarkable ability to keep coming forward, even when it seems like he's tired, making him an incredibly dangerous opponent if the fight stretches into the later rounds.
DDP and Khamzat, who do you think wins that fight?
Honestly, Chimaev is going to get him to the ground. If he doesn't finish him there, I don't think he wins. I think if you can't get Dricus out in the first, which Chimaev can do, his first round finish is his thing. But if he doesn't get him out of there, I think Dricus, he's a guy that if you don't get rid of, kind of wins.
Israel Adesanya, who has fought du Plessis and shared a close rivalry with Chimaev, also weighed in on the matchup. Adesanya, who faced du Plessis in a high-stakes title bout, highlighted the champion's chaotic and unpredictable nature as one of his greatest strengths. Despite du Plessis' tendency to take control in the later rounds, Adesanya believes that Chimaev could still pull off an early finish. He described the fight as a clash of chaotic good versus chaotic evil, underscoring the unpredictability and intensity that both fighters bring to the octagon. Adesanya's belief that du Plessis has a better chance to win in the later stages of the fight aligns with many other experts' views that Chimaev's conditioning and ability to handle a drawn-out battle will be tested.
I think just late finish, yeah, late finish. Khamzat would, yeah, I think Khamzat will, if he wins, it's the first 2 rounds. Or the first round, but Dricus is just chaotic. Chaotic good, chaotic evil. That's literally what this fight might be, chaotic good versus chaotic evil.
Meanwhile, Michael Bisping weighed in on what du Plessis needs to do to successfully defend his title. Bisping is clear that du Plessis must meet Chimaev head-on in order to have a chance at victory. Avoiding Chimaev's ground game, according to Bisping, would be a mistake. The former champion praised du Plessis for his confidence and his willingness to test his skills against Chimaev's grappling. Bisping noted that du Plessis has proven himself to be a strong and capable fighter, capable of holding his own on the ground. He suggested that du Plessis should not shy away from a grappling exchange with Chimaev, but rather embrace it and push back against his opponent's strengths.
Would it be a disaster if Khamzat Chimaev wins? That's what Dean Thomas said. I kind of get his point, because we do want to have a busy champion, okay? You gotta fight. You can't sit on the sidelines. You can't become the champion and say, right, I'm going to avoid fighting people now. No, you got to defend it, because when you defend it, that's when you make money. That's how you build your brand. That's how you get the endorsement deals, okay? Look at Israel Adesanya. When that man was the champion, he was defending the belt at a crazy pace, okay? That's why you got to have respect for champions like Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva back in the day, because they were ready to take on absolutely anybody. Khamzat Chimaev, I think he's ready to take on everybody. He wants to kill everybody. Kill everybody! That's what he said right from day one. And I think if he can beat Dricus, and that's a big if, it's a very big if, okay? I don't know if he can.
Gilbert Burns, who has first-hand experience with both fighters, also offered his perspective on the matchup. Burns, who fought Chimaev in a highly competitive bout at UFC 273, believes that du Plessis is the stronger fighter, both physically and mentally. Burns shared that he has trained alongside du Plessis and was impressed by his strength, his conditioning, and his ability to keep pushing forward even when it seems like he's on the verge of exhaustion. Burns emphasized that Chimaev would need to finish du Plessis early, or else the champion's relentless pace and mental toughness would take over, giving him the advantage in the later rounds.
I trained with Dricus a lot. Dricus is actually a very, very good fighter. Crazy cardio, very physically strong. He's a very hard fight to predict, you know. I think Chimaev is going to start very strong like he always do. I do believe Dricus can kind of slow him down, don't get submitted, relax a little bit. But I do believe Dricus, if he get past that first round, I think that's the hardest part. What I think he will do, I think he's gonna pass, and then he's gonna be a nightmare for Chimaev. I think Dricus is a monster, hits very hard, doesn't break, good gas tank. I do believe Dricus is gonna beat Chimaev and remain the champion.
Yeah! As UFC 319 approaches, the middleweight title fight between Chimaev and du Plessis is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated matchups of the year. Both fighters have earned their spot at the top, and fans are eagerly awaiting to see who will walk away as the undisputed champion. Each fighter boasting their own strengths and weaknesses, the outcome is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the stakes are high, and the fight is sure to be a thrilling spectacle.